Hello and welcome to Andy Likes Cars. In today's video I'm going to be telling you guys what I brought as my brand new car. But first, how did I get to choose my new car? Well, I'd always promised myself that when I came into some money I'd buy myself a BMW, and that's where I started looking this time. And the two models I was interested in was the 335 and the 330. I didn't end up going for the 335 because I've heard that it can be a little bit unreliable, and I didn't really want my first foray into German car ownership to be one that's full of trips to the dealership. So that left the BMW 330, and I found what I thought to be a nice example. It was a 2009 New Zealand new 330 in a lovely blue colour with just over 90,000 Ks on the clock. So I went and took it for a test drive, and it was alright to drive. It felt maybe a little bit down on power, maybe like it could use an oil change. But overall it was a nice car. However, the interior paint, which is a problem with the early 90s, was coming off, and there was a dent on the boot and all the wheels were scuffed, which made it look quite untidy. But I thought, well, if it's cheap enough, maybe it's a car that can come home with me. So I had it mechanically inspected, and then I sent that mechanical inspection off to some specialist BMW dealerships, workshops, to get a quote. And the quote I got back was $5,500. $5,500 to fix mechanical problems, which included oil leaks and all the brakes being redone and the interior. This did not include the scuffed wheels or the dent in the boot, so maybe $1,000 for that, so $6,500 repair bill on an $8,500 car. That's quite scary. I did offer the seller $3,000 for the car, but they ultimately took $5,000 from the dealership as a trade-in. So I went and looked at a 330 Motorsport, but it had sold before I could make an offer. So did I still want a BMW? Well, not really. Actually, that whole experience with that large repair bill kind of turned me off a little bit. So I thought, what about a hot hatch? What hot hatch? What kind of hot hatch would I buy? What about the Mazda 3 MPS? Well, look, it's probably a great car and it probably has a lot of horsepower, but it also has an image problem. It's really brought by people who only live in South Auckland, and it should be called the Mazda 3 Bro Edition. And the other problem with the Mazda 3 is that it kind of looks like the car that you might steal in order to do over a service station late at night. It really should come with a criminal record. And it's not a particularly sophisticated car either. I mean, can you imagine pulling up to a nice hotel in one of these and someone opening the door? Probably not going to happen. So what else is out there? The Honda Civic Type R. Look, great car, but the ones in budget are actually from 2005, 2006, and they didn't have the sophisticated rear suspension that they needed. The Renault Megane, well, there are some of those out there, but they're either quite old or very new, and not much in between. We don't get many Renaults here in New Zealand, so they're out there, but they're just not as common as they are in Europe. What else is out there? Well, the Ford Focus ST. Look, I'm sure this is a great car, but for the price point I paid for the car I brought, I'd be looking at a car that was 5 or 6 years older, and that for a steak and chips car wasn't for me. So what else was out there? What other hot hatches would be there? Well, the BMW 1 Series was something I could have considered, but I don't know. Once again, for 130 it was going to be a bit old. So what did I end up buying? Well, I ended up buying a Volkswagen Golf GTI. I'm really happy with what I got. And I got one that has low mileage and is in really good condition. A few years ago I drove one very similar to the one I ended up buying because I was helping my friend look for a new car. And it was a nice car to be in, and I never thought I'd be able to actually buy one, and then I realised that actually they were within budget, and that's what I got. So that's it, that's my new car, a Volkswagen Golf GTI. I've just finished filming the video on that car, so I'll be editing that shortly and uploading it in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out on that. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit that bell notification icon, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching.